Hey everyone, Carla here from Documenting the Journey. Today I'm going to be planning my week in my MakseLife digital planner, but I'm also going to be doing a couple of little tips and tricks during this video as well. I'm going to start out actually with changing the color of the habit tracker and the date covers here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the month of April because all of April's dates were gray. And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna turn my edit mode on and I'm gonna use my lasso tool. And I'm just going to circle all of my days. And then I'm gonna hold down and then just take a screenshot. I'm gonna save it to just my photos. And then I'm going to do the same thing here with my lasso tool, circle the days, hold down, take a screenshot, and save it to my photos. I'm going to do the same with the habit tracker. And you can hear my son in the background. He's living his best life right now. So we're just going to let that continue to happen. I am also going to do the month of May tab. So this idea I actually got from somebody on Instagram. I'll go ahead and tag her down below. She also has a lot of really good digital planning content. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn my edit tool off so I can go back to May, and then I will scroll through and find my week. Okay, so now that I've got all of that done, let's go ahead and start with the tab. And so I'm going to turn my edit tool back on, and then I'm going to go to my photos here, and then I'm going to click this first one, which is my May tab, and then I am just going to resize it here. I just need to make it a little bit bigger so it completely covers everything. All right, there you go. Perfect. And then go ahead and tap on the screen to get rid of it. So now that yellow is gone, and then I'm going to go ahead and do up here. So actually, you know what? I think the next one is the habits. And so we'll just kind of do the habits here. So this photo came out just a wee bit big, so you're just gonna have to kind of resize everything. And the reason I chose to copy all of this from the April is because each month in the MakseLife is a different color. And so each month up here has different colors on your days and your habit tracker and your tabs. I personally don't really care for the color. And so that's the reason I am doing all of this, is because April was the same gray as the lines here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and resize all of this. All right, so now it looks basically like an undated planner. But what I'm gonna do is, instead of purchasing the date covers, this is just a really easy way to do it with the stuff that you already have in your planner. I am also, by the way, using Goodnotes. And so here I have my habit tracker is now gray. All of the days of the week are now gray. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add in some text box. And so here on my text box, I've got a background color of a light gray, and then I have a border color of a really dark gray. I have 3-point on my round corners, and then I have a border and a padding, and then I do have the shadow put on as well. And then anytime you have settings and you want to use it throughout the whole week, what you need to do is you need to hit this little box next to it, and that way it'll save it as your favorite presets. So say I wanted to change that, I can hit this little box here and it says text styling or save as default. You would just save that as default. I, however, want to go back to the lightest gray for my text box. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tap here with my text box highlighted. I'll have my text box here, and then I'll just write May 16. And then I will just hold down on these 3 lines up here to reposition it to where I want. And then you can tap away, and that is a free date cover that you don't need to purchase sticker kits for. Of course, if you wanted to support some digital shops, it's a great way to do that with sticker kits, but I like this because it's essentially unlimited colors that you can choose. So each week you can do something different if you wanted. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue doing that. And I love this scribble feature because I write pretty messy. And most of the time, of course, it's not going to do it now. Most of the time, it catches my handwriting really well, and it's just quicker and easier than doing the actual keyboard here. And that is a feature that you can actually turn on in settings for your Apple Pencil. Oh, fudge buckets. Okay, that's okay. I just tapped on the wrong spot here. Okay, so we're gonna do May 18, and then we'll do a new text box. All right, so here is what it looks like after. So before, it looked a lot like this. You had all of the yellow text up here, and then your habit tracker was yellow as well, which I don't really love just because I, used my text boxes and I had a different color scheme going for this week, and clearly it didn't really vibe well with the yellow. And so I love being able to have the ability to just change and make it completely neutral, and that way I can essentially use any colors that I want to for the week. And so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video, and I'm going to go ahead and start planning. I'll probably try and do a voiceover as well to explain anything that I'm doing, but essentially what I'm going to do is I always plan my time-sensitive stuff first. So all of my schedule, and then all of my non-negotiable items for that particular day, any tasks that need to be done. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make a spot for affirmations, gratitude, and then I'll go ahead and do my habits at the very end. All right, so I'm just using my highlighter feature. I realized after I watched this and I'm sitting here ready to edit it that I am zoomed in a little bit too much on my iPad, because you can't really see all of the functions that I'm doing up there at the top. But basically I'm just choosing my highlighter. Lavender is my favorite color, so that's really the only reason I'm choosing lavender for my dots. I do use a bullet journal method with symbols, and so my dots mean that they are time-sensitive tasks, and my boxes are task-oriented tasks. That sounds weird. So I'm basically going through first, and I'm putting in all of my time-sensitive stuff, such as my schedule, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in and start trying to make my text boxes. Y'all, I struggle with squares, like, insanely. Like, I need to Google or YouTube or figure this out, because I can't make even squares, even when I'm trying to utilize the shapes tool in Goodnotes. None of my squares come out as squares. They're all these weird, like, quadrilateral type things. And then once I find a good square, I try and basically copy and paste it, which is what I'm doing here. But then I really struggle with trying to reposition them, because most of the time when I reposition them, I end up resizing them. Like, it's a mess. I don't know how to freaking do this. And so once I finally get my checklist, I basically just go through and copy and paste it. And it's just, after that, it's just so much easier. But that initial, like, trying to get my boxes is a nightmare. What I need to do is I just need to go through in my Procreate and just create checkboxes and save them as digital stickers and just import them into my Goodnotes. That's really what I need to do. But I just haven't played in Procreate too much recently. And so what I'm doing right here is all of the stuff that is in bold and red are day-specific things that I need to remember. I do like being able to have text in different color. Red is definitely not my favorite, but because this is digital planning, I can easily change that after that day is finished to black or any other color that I wanted. And so those 2 red ones were school specific type things for my kids. So the colors I'm using here are actually the hex codes that I found at the very beginning of this planner, and that is to match my spiritual and wellness and my family memories as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish doing all of this. My copy and paste is like my absolute favorite feature of digital planning. And then I'm just going to write down on my sidebar my things that I need to do during the week that are not necessarily day specific. And then after that, I will be finishing up. So I think this is going to be it for my week. I've just got each day all of my scheduled tasks and then my day specific tasks. I left some blank space in case I needed to add anything or just jot down notes. My kids, this is their last full week of school. And so off camera, I'm going to go back and add in all of their school specific activities as well. And then I've just got a spot down here for memories and then gratitude. And I haven't done my habits yet, mainly because I haven't done my reflections for last week and my weekly actions. And so I'm not sure really what I'm going to want to focus on this week because I really haven't, I didn't use my planner hardly at all last week. And so I think I just need to spend some time journaling and reflecting and then figuring out what I'm going to be doing after that. So after I do my reflections, I'll go ahead and fill in my habits. But this is pretty much it for the week. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this. Hopefully you learned a couple of little tips and tricks as well. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I am going to try and post some of this also on Instagram, so find me over there as well. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it.